Welcome to the Eye of Jupiter updates and reports. This week, we're going to go into something that's been in social media, a very hot, very interesting subject. We're going to talk about what they found underneath the Great Pyramids at Giza. Hey guys, as you've known or have heard by now, it was brought to my attention last week. A friend of mine reached out to me and said, "Hey Tom, you might want to make a video on this." I had to let it, roll around in my head a couple days to see what kind of format I would want to do something in. So, welcome to the first installation of this. Style that I'm going to try here. So, as you guys know, I think it was reported last Wednesday or Thursday, so sometime in the middle of March, I think the 15th of March. March, yes, March. That some recent scans have found some very, very interesting structures underneath the Giza plateau in Egypt. As you know, Egypt, a place of mystery for a very long time, uh, longer than looks like we know even existed, which is very interesting to say the least. So, what did they find? Um, Underneath the pyramids, so as far as I understand, it's two separate companies who have done some type of lidar was not be it would be through the vegetation. It would be more like a what do they call that, ground penetrating radar, but it's not. It's not that. It's something more advanced than that. And supposedly they were able to do it from space through satellites. Um, Egypt has not, as this moment, had any official statement of what has come to pass. Now, eventually, this is going to have to be looked at by some other scientific minds other than the ones who've done it, so that we can, go through and make sure that what we're seeing here is what is actually there. That would be really interesting. So, my suggestion, there should be some type of excavations. They should go with, I would say, and try to confirm it with even more teams. I would say upwards to 4 or 5 teams actually say, yeah, there's something of great significance underneath the pyramid. And we're not talking about like a chamber or some passageway off the main hall that went down even further than one suspected. We're talking, as far as I understand, um, eight cylindrical structures. They go down, I think, about something like 200 meters. They're cylindrical. There's also some type of spiral um, looking thing on the outside. I don't know if this is a walkway, a passageway, or an air. Who knows at this point? We just got light of this, and like I said, I want to see this being a little bit more investigated. I want, the Egyptologist in Egypt. There's a leader, I can't think of his name right now, to say, okay, we need to get to the bottom of this, because what I'm really interested in more is, let's go ahead and assume that this is right for the time being without any further information at this point. So if we assume that, then what are the implications for humanity, really? I think everything, my opinion, I think everything has changed. I think everything is different, man. Different. These things are like, there's the 200-meter columns, which I think is something like twice the size of the Eiffel Tower in Paris, the famous structure in Paris there. And below that is supposedly some other type of structure that's like the size of a football field. And then there's passageways that spread out going something like 2 kilometers, 2 miles. I'm not quite sure all of that. But the implications of this would be, to me, that these structures, which a lot of people in the conspiracy realm would say these were not created by slave labor, um, these were, this was done by something higher than us, or us in an earlier iteration. If you know anything about Graham Hancock and his book, Fingerprints of the Gods, released in 1995, which I have read, you would see how he is very meticulous in how he goes through. And his basic concept and idea is, if you guys don't know, is that we come from another iteration of humanity. There's some catastrophic event approximately 13,000 years ago in the Younger Dryas period, I believe that's correct. Where there's like something, I think well above 60 to 7, I think it's like 70% of all fauna on the North American continent was lost. Uh, so this would kind of make up some of the things about maybe the Moses situation. I'm not here to discount anyone's religious beliefs, but if you know anything about it, you would definitely know that in every culture in the world, whether it be in the deep dark heart of Africa, the Amazon, Papua New Guinea, or even ones that we well know like European, American, even Native American culture, lore, and religion, you would know that in every one of those books, somewhere's in there is a flood story of sorts, and this might be the smoking gun for it. So my personal feelings is that we were far well developed than we ever thought. It was a different type of technology. It wasn't, all silicon and all that. It was a silicon based or oil based, or it's not what we have. It was maybe some type of energy, some type of I don't know, man, something which we can't do, because if this is true, like, we can't build this today, guys. We can get to the moon. We can take people from the orbiting ISS and bring them back to Earth. That's the story at this moment in time. um we can go across oceans. It used to be back in the day when we had the Concorde, just a few hours. All the things that we think we can do with quantum computing and internet connectivity and alike. This type of technology is far and beyond our capabilities. If you look at like just Luxor, I just had a picture up about Luxor, and you go down and see some of the large obelisk or these big square boxes that they were trying to go through the halls, or any of those places. You would see that we kind of lack that, to be honest with you. And then there's the other possibility of like outside help, which has been theorized by many others. You just have to look at Ancient Aliens to pick up, to look at that show and see what that guy thought with the crazy hair. But it's not out of the realm of possibility anymore. But I would like to think that I would like to think that we're much more powerful than we believe we are. So, who says that we couldn't have done this? And who says that we have all the answers? We most certainly don't. Let me guys know. Let me know what you think. In the comments below. Do you think this is? I know you think this is of great significance, but do you think that that we could have made this, or that we had to have outside help? Yeah, anyway, just let me know what you think, and just please do me a favor, like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy what I do. Hit the bell notifications. You can follow me on Rumble and all your social media platforms. um, we are the eye, and we are aware.